Welcome back to What She Said. This is one of the first lives, the first topic of conversation. I told y'all I was going to tell y'all every topic. We're going to talk about how some of our faves at Colorado, when it comes to football, that are entering the draft, how they're choosing their representation, who they're choosing for their representation. So first up in the conversation is today, Jimmy Horn Jr., y'all know, invited to the combine, will be in the NFL draft, announced his representation. And he picked a good one. He picked an agency which focuses on marketing. Which, if y'all know anything about Jimmy Horn Jr., he had hella sponsors. He was actually being endorsed by Lululemon for their on Boulder campus at Colorado for their for their merch that they had in Boulder. He had Freddy's, he had the Roy app, and I know he had a dealership. So Jimmy Horn Jr. is one of those athletes that people are seeking out to endorse their products, merchandise, and services. So he chose AIM Sports Marketing. Let's talk about them. So if you go to their website, I like it. It shows that they invest in the business, that they want to be taken seriously. If you go to a sports agency, one, they don't have a website, or two, it's stale. They're not investing into the company. And can you really take somebody seriously if their website looks like it's from like the early 99 to the 2000s? Like, no. One thing about sports marketing, it has changed just like any other industry. Y'all heard me talk about on my other videos how what's his name? Lamar Jackson, his mother. Jada Daniels, his mother. And for people who talk about Rock Nation, Jay-Z is actually, or was at one point, when he went into Rock Nation Sports, he actually became certified. That's how you know if somebody is serious. Rich Paul is certified as an agent. To me, it seems like for some people, sports agency is a cash cow, like a title company. So you have some people that will invest in a title company because that's a cash cow. It's gonna always be people buying properties. Everybody's gonna need a title, so I can invest in a title company and I don't have to do much. I'm just an investor, right? Now, when you invest in a business, I mean, obviously you want to make sure that the business will grow. So you want to tell all your friends about it. You want to be able to develop business. Now, like a law firm, when you hear a law firm, sometimes they have like 4 and 5 names on it. Those people are partners in the firm. They bring business to the firm. And sometimes a law firm will hire, make someone partner because they can generate a lot of business. So normally you have to work your way up to that unless you were kind of born into that type of business. And people make a joke about a popular oil change. Like people always say, oh, you should get this as a business, or you should get this as a business. Open up a sandwich shop because everybody needs to eat. And if you just get the perfect location, you don't have to do much. Well, any business that you invest your money in, you expect a return, right? So you expect a return on that business. So you'll want to do something other than just to lend your name to it because you're popular. And to me, that's what's starting to happen to sports agency. Now, Rich Paul, in my opinion, was one of the pioneers. I remember when he was going through this, people gave him flag. They changed the rules. So you had to have a degree or this, that, and the other. You couldn't just get the license because it wasn't hard to get the license. And he did everything he needed to be done. And now he's probably top 5 sports agencies in one of these most valuable agencies. And I say his agency is Turnkey because not only is he helping on the financial side with the services, there's also the marketing side. So there's the finance and then there's marketing. Now, recently in the news, y'all know Travis Hunter chose Young Money Sports. And a lot of people are like, oh, cool, Lil Wayne owns a sports agency. And I'm thinking, okay, that's cool, but he's not a sports agent. Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Jay-Z is a sports agent. If you take a business seriously, you'll get whatever credentials you need to be able to help your clients. Otherwise, you're just a figurehead in a name that's bringing people in the door and then you passing them off to somebody else. That's not good business. You could just do what Jada Daniels and what Lamar Jackson did have their moms, become certified so they can manage their affairs, because we're talking about money here. You heard me say Jimmy Horn Jr. went with AIM sports marketing and management, right? So that's a good choice for him because he already has endorsements. So he want to keep that going, and he wants to partner with a sports agency that can enhance what he already is bringing to the table. So recently, one of our faves from Colorado, Cameron Stillman Craig, has signed up with Young Money Sports as well. And everybody has their opinion about it. Here's what I'm going to say. When you're choosing somebody to represent you or be a buffer between you and your new team, and you're choosing the agency because of the name on the door, and that person isn't the person in the room being the buffer between you and your team, what are you doing? What are you doing? When Jimmy Horn Jr. has endorsements coming, people are going to reach out to his sports agency firm, and his sports agency's firm is going to reach out to people on his behalf. They will be in the room helping to make the deals. It's not just about the name on the door. It's called AIM, as in aim high. It doesn't have a person's name on the door. And when you read articles about how different firms that came about, one in particular is basically saying, well, it helps with recruiting to have Lil Wayne's name on the door. I mean, if we're talking finance here, you need a finance person or a lawyer. If you're talking sports marketing, then you need somebody that's already tapped in, like AIM Sports Management or sports marketing, who has those relationships that you want. Now, if you're a rapper, I get it. It will make total sense because Lil Wayne has all the connections in the world when it comes to the music industry, and he probably knows people. But if I had to guess that there's one rapper out there who probably could have a sports agency because he's owned youth sports teams outside of Coach Prime, Snoop. You know why? Because he's been instrumental in the lives of players who played ball because he owned a sports team. So he can be vertical with it. I mean, that would just be the next step. I have a team, he's helping these players get to the next level. So if he has a sports marketing agency, it makes sense. He even has a bowl name with his name on it. So he's immersed in the sports world. It's not just his name or his popularity getting you through the door and passing you off to a lawyer. You could do that yourself. You could call Lamar Jackson's mom. You can call, what's his name? You can call Jaden Daniels' mom. Hell, you had all semester and 4 years. You could have got your own mom certified. Hell, you could have went Clutch Sports, Turnkey. But if you already have, I guess you could say the sports marketing and entertainment piece sold up, then you need the financial piece. Then why wouldn't you go with a Clutch Sports, who 10 toes down, represents all sorts of kind of athletes and is huge in the game of football and basketball. Somebody that the name on the door isn't passing you off to somebody else, somebody who actually is licensed as a sports agency, who can sit in the rooms, who has the relationships. See, if you want steak, then don't go to McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? If you expecting steak, Kobe steak at that, then don't go to McDonald's and expect to get it in a Big Mac. So sports representation, again, is one of those that if you can get yourself involved in it from the agent side, become a lawyer, become certified, even if you're not a lawyer, and represent your children, your kin, your family, I think it's a good thing to do. If they hire you to work at a firm like that, it's an excellent thing to do. But if you build up the business, or if you just have the money to start one or acquire one, if you want to be taken seriously, get the credentials so you can sit in a room, understand the conversations, and help build new relationships. Don't just capitalize off what the athlete is bringing from college and take the easy check for reading a contract. You want it's relational. That's why I said, Coach Prime, if he decided to retire from coaching, he could have a sports agency. Snoop could actually have a sports agency. These people are immersed in the game, in the sport of football. All right, so that's that. Let me see who was in here. Snoop. Snoop what? Snoop the what? No, Snoop has had youth sports for a while. I forgot who it was. They said recently somebody that played for him. Let's see. Snoop the Loop. I don't know what that means. Hey, can you shout me out? Shout out to Julian. What's up? Just showing love. Chiduke. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what are y'all's thoughts? I'm going to read y'all's comments. What are y'all's thoughts about sports agencies, and like, if you know anything about the sports agencies that are out there, like, what do you think is important when it comes to choosing a sports agency? And honestly, who would you choose if you know about the sports industry? Who would you choose to service you financials as well as your brand? About finance. It is about finance. Shout out to Applesauce. Shout out to you, Applesauce. All right. So we talked about Cameron Silver Craig has announced who he's going to sign with. He's going with Young Money. Travis Hunter is going with Young Money for contracts and financials, but he still has SMAC, which is the same company, the entertainment, branding, marketing that produced Coach Prime season 1, 2, and 3. So go check that out. And let's see, what else? Okay, so now let's see what we want to talk about. That's what it was. Okay, so after Travis signed with Young Money and even Cameron Silver Craig, and you have Jimmy Horn Jr. with AIM Sports Marketing, people are waiting to find out who Shador and Travis signed with. I'm not Shador and Travis, Shador and Shiloh. People are waiting to see who they sign with as like a barometer of what you should do in these types of situations. It's kind of like if you are, let's say, number 77, Jordan Seaton. If I'm Jordan Seaton, I'm watching everything that Shador does in this process. How he's keeping his podcast going, too legendary, so he's working on his branding. He's still acquiring endorsements. You know, how he's handling being the topic of conversation, whether it's positive or negative regarding the draft, who he signs with in terms of his agency representation. Is it going to be a turnkey, Clutch Sports? Is it going to be more of a boutique firm? Is it going to be something maybe, you know, like Smack Entertainment for one and somebody else for financial? So it'll be interesting to see who they sign with. And I mean, who Shador and Shiloh. That's what people are waiting to find out. All right. So have a wonderful day. Okay. Shout out to Dixie. Dixie, thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words. And let's see. Dixie Normus. Don't be rude on the stream. Not everyone shares the same beliefs. Okay, I think I know who you were talking about, and we have removed him from the channel. So thank you so much for caring. Free Luigi. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing about having a live stream. You have to be vigilant about who's in your chat, because it's a lot of different people with different beliefs and opinions, and it has nothing to do with your chat. So you need to learn how to use the software that you have so you can maintain the vibe that you have and not allow disruptions. So, all right. So that's what we were talking about today. Why do people use a sports agency? What does a sports agency do? Why your agent should be licensed? Why any firm that you go with, the person that's attracting you, that wants your business, why they should be credible and also licensed and take the time to get licensed. People said, Rock Nation is out there. That's true. And Jay-Z did get licensed in basketball and baseball. So I think that's why you don't see Rock Nation so much when it comes to football. But there are other agents out there that work for Rock Nation that are probably more instrumental in football. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Clutch Sports has an agent. It's a woman. She's a director, I think, of football. If I'm not mistaken, I think she used to work for Young Money. I think she used to work for Young Money Sports. Young Money Sports came on maybe about 2016, acquired another firm, a different firm that was already established in 2018. And, it's been said by the partners of that other agency that was acquired by Young Money that Lil Wayne is instrumental in recruiting because his name is a brand and it brings people. And we've been talking about, is that necessarily the type of agency you want? Would you just rather, is it okay to have someone who just has the name and can bring people in but isn't licensed or, not really a part of the transactions and they're just passing you off to someone else who is licensed? Or do you want more of a Clutch Sports, who Clutch Sports is licensed? Rich Paul himself is licensed. He didn't just hire licensed agencies. He was the business before he scaled his business and expanded to be one of the highest volume as well as most popular and listed as best sports agencies. So there's the different dynamics, that are out there. And that's what we were talking about. Shout out to Cameron Summer Craig, declaring for the draft, getting his sports agency representation intact. We wish him well. And of course, Jimmy Horn Jr. went with AIM Sports Marketing and like digital creation. Excellent choice for somebody who already brings a brand to the table. With Jimmy Horn Jr., sports marketing firms don't have to start from scratch. He already has endorsements that need to be managed, and they have to be strong enough as a firm to be able to create other opportunities and manage opportunities for him. So if you're coming up in the NIL game, if you are next in line to be drafted, you've got one more year at college at Colorado, pay attention to the young men going before you. Don't look at one person. Study all of their activities and then figure out which path is the best one for you. Don't choose an agency based on the popularity of someone. Don't start there. Don't do that. I can tell you right now, don't do that. Give it some time, see how it works out, and then make your decision. Okay. Let's see. You know more than many of the people that are in the business. Well, for one, I'm a student of business, so it makes sense. Like I said, you could when it comes to what you want to invest into. To me, to be able to just buy another sports agency and use your name, that's easy work. You don't have to be immersed in the business so much, especially if you don't take the time to get credentialed. So you ask yourself, do I want to invest? And if I have enough capital that I would just want to, buy out a sports agency and put my popular name on it? Or do I want to go, as from a lawyer, invest in a title company, something I know lawyers are instrumental in, and that's also a cash cow. So that's the question. Whatever business you own, you should know the business. You should be immersed in the business. You should be able to have a conversation in any room. It can't just be your name and then you use your name to get them in the door and you pass them off to someone else. That's not good, because that assumes that everything is going to go good. All you do is sign here, and that's not how it works. You saw what happened with Tyreek Hill when he was in that incident in Miami. You kept hearing him say, call Drew. Drew Rosenhaus, I think, that's his agent. See, that's how instrumental some of these people are in your life. And if you pick somebody just because their name is popular, they're popular in the music world and not sports, if you end up in a Tyreek Hill situation, whether you think that could be you or not, who are you going to call? So, there's so many different avenues you could go, but the smartest one is to understand the contract you're signing yourself, and to have somebody in your corner that you trust. That's why Lamar Jackson, his mother, is his agent. She was his agent, I believe, when he was drafted. Some people say that's why he was drafted last. And then Jaden Daniels, and he had no problems being drafted. Y'all know he won the Heisman. Y'all know he's taking his Washington Commanders to the playoffs, and there's not been one hiccup after his mother was the agent. So maybe Lamar Jackson's mom was the pioneer in terms of parents representing their professional athlete children. So y'all let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm cooking the rice. Got all the ingredients for the gumbo, getting ready to cut up everything and put it in the pot, and I will be back. I have a few long form videos to get out, so keep your notifications on, and I look forward to you. Thank you for hanging out on the next one. What does that say? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'll see y'all soon on the next one. Remember, this is a content-a-thon. It's a snow day in Atlanta tomorrow, so I will be up working on videos and going live on various topics. Talk to you soon. Peace.